So, if you're trying to manage a bunch of different online accounts in 2025, you know the deal. You're constantly running into limits, worrying about security. It's a headache. You just need a tool that gives you real privacy without any of those boundaries. Well, today, let's dive in and find the perfect privacy browser to solve this once and for all. Does this sound familiar? Picture this. You're in the zone, deep into a project, juggling all your client accounts, and then, bam, you get hit with an account ban. It just stops you dead in your tracks. It's not just frustrating, it's a total workflow killer. And it proves one thing. Having the right privacy tool isn't some luxury, it's an absolute must-have. So what's the magic behind this? It's something called an anti-detect browser. The best way to think about it is like a digital disguise kit. Every single time you open up a new profile, it makes you look like a completely different person on a completely different computer. This is what lets you run all those accounts without anyone connecting the dots. Okay, so to figure out where we're going, we first have to understand where most people are. And that means we've got to talk about the big one, GoLogin. Let's break down what it does well and, more importantly, where it falls short. Look, there's a reason GoLogin is such a big name in the game. It's pretty good at what it does. It lets you spin up those unique browser profiles, you can tweak their digital fingerprints, plug in proxies to change your location, and even has some decent tools for working with a team. For stuff like social media marketing or e-commerce, it's a solid option. But, and this is a big but, here's where the cracks start to show. On the one hand, you've got the promises, flawless anonymity, super easy automation. But on the other hand, you talk to users and you hear about the pain points. Sometimes those fingerprints get spotted on the really strict sites like Facebook. The pricing tiers can get expensive fast, and it's definitely not the easiest thing to pick up if you're a beginner. Plus, if you're a power user trying to juggle, say, more than 50 accounts, things can get, well, glitchy. All right, so if we're looking for something better, what should we even be looking for? What's the gold standard? Let's build our own ultimate checklist of the features that a top-tier privacy browser absolutely, positively has to have this year. First up, and this is non-negotiable, rock-solid fingerprint protection. You've got to be a ghost online. Next, we need unlimited accounts and sessions. No more hitting artificial walls. Then you need powerful proxy management to mask your location and cloud sync so you can actually work with a team. And of course, it has to be simple to use, locked down with tight security, and, actually be a good value for your money. This is our scorecard. Okay, checklist in hand. Let's go on a quick tour of the big players out there. This is going to be a rapid-fire look at the competition, just to get a feel for the landscape. First on our list is Multilogin. This one's the OG, the veteran of the space. It's built for pros who want to control every single detail of their digital fingerprint. Think of it like the manual transmission of privacy browsers. It's incredibly powerful, for sure, but that power comes with a really steep learning curve and a pretty hefty price tag. Now, if Multilogin is the pro tool, think of Incogniton as the perfect entry point. It's way more user-friendly, built for solo operators, or maybe small teams who just need reliable multi-account access without all the complexity. And a huge plus, its paid plans give you unlimited profiles, which makes it a really strong choice if you're on a budget. Then you've got the specialists, the tools built for one job and one job only. AdsPower is laser-focused on the world of digital advertising, with features designed to handle hundreds of ad accounts at once. Dolphin Anti carves out its own little niche, focusing on the specific automation needs of affiliate marketers. These aren't your all-purpose tools. They're more like precision instruments. Okay, after looking at all those, we land on a really interesting one, an alternative that seems to nail both that top-tier privacy and make it simple. Let's put Send.win under the spotlight. So, what's Send.win's secret sauce? It's this awesome tech called sandbox isolation. Check this out. Every single new tab you open is a completely walled-off, isolated session. All the cookies, all the data, the fingerprints, they're kept totally separate. That means zero data leaks between your accounts. This is a massive leap forward for privacy. And this isn't just theory. Listen to what a real user, Dominique, had to say. Having multiple socials in one tab changed everything. That simple idea, true isolation, all within a single window, is what stops you from getting flagged and makes your entire workflow so much smoother. All right, it's time for the final showdown. Let's lay all the cards on the table and look at the hard data. How do these tools really stack up, head-to-head, when you look at features and what real users think? Okay, just look at this chart. We've got all our contenders lined up against our key features. You can see that while others are rated strong or excellent for fingerprinting, Send.win is listed as ultimate, and that's because of that sandbox isolation tech. But the number that really jumps out, the user rating. All the data shows Send.win on top with a 9.5 out of 10. That's huge! And if that table wasn't clear enough, this bar chart just seals the deal. Yeah, GoLogin and the super powerful Multilogin score pretty well, but Sendwin's user satisfaction rating just pulls away from the pack. When you combine that insane privacy power with what actual users are saying, well, the winner becomes pretty obvious. So let's just leave it with this one final thought. In a world where our online presence, our data, our businesses can be shut down in a second, what's the real cost of not choosing the best protection you can get? What's the cost of compromising on your privacy?